Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome to an all-new Scream Queens after show here at AfterBuzz TV. Tonight we're breaking down Season 2, Episode 5, titled Chanel Pour Homicide. Right here, please stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, hey AfterBuzzers! Welcome to an all-new Scream Queens after show here at AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. We are back and we are excited. I have my lovely panel with me. Let's start with you, Dakota.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Dakota T. Jones. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
Hi, I'm Becca Brown. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
Hey guys, I'm Renee Ariel. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel. And guys, I got Chanel nails while we were on hiatus.
Are amazing.
I love them. I got the Chanel C's, I've got a rhinestone nail, and some pearl necklaces. I got these done at Stiletto Nail Bar. They're amazing. They've also lasted forever. So go check them out on Instagram. They're awesome. And they're in Los Angeles if you're around.
I'm obsessed with like the little Chanel sign and like
Right?
it literally looks like little pearls. It's so freaking cool.
I know. I was like, maybe I should be Chanel for Halloween. Because like I have these, so like why not? But they're amazing. And
They're
I'm obsessed
amazing.
with them. And I feel very Chanel with them.
You are,
Love
and
them.
Renee did go all in, so we will give her beautiful props to that, as well as the awesome nail salon that did it for her. And if you guys are in LA and want to ever get them done, see these people because they can obviously do whatever you want.
Yeah, Stiletto Nail Bar.
Woo woo! So we are back after 3 weeks. It seemed like so long.
I
know.
It really honestly
I was
did.
upset. I kept I feel like I kept texting you all. No Scream Queens tonight again.
I know. I was honestly looking at my phone, getting very angry at Becca. I was like,
Just Becca. Take
she's
it out on
always
Becca.
the one that gives me the bad news, and I just got very angry every week.
Yeah, I think, was it last week or the week before? I thought we had it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
too.
until the day of, we're like, do we not have Scream
no-
Queens tonight?
No, and then then we got like an email.
I know one week, I think it was last week, there was something going on. I think it was called the presidential
Yeah.
election.
What does that
day.
even mean?
Well,
you know?
what I think is so funny is that the Halloween episode was very scarily on point with how the election turned out. I mean, really, it was a nightmare on the show, and I mean, totally, I am just Switzerland here, but terrifying both ways. So, way to go for Scream Queens to
Predict the presidency.
predict the presidency. Let's just hope that Ivana, whomever, let's just keep it together, people.
Don't kill
Yeah,
anyone.
please.
Yeah. So, how did you guys feel about our first episode back after this very long hiatus?
I think it was just so amazing to finally be back. I'm obsessed with the characters. I was like, really? Honestly, 3 weeks is a long freaking time to wait to not know if Denise Hempfield is alive or not. And we still don't have like an amazing answer. We just kind of have some hope that she might still be alive. But it's still making me very upset, and I'm very like anxious to know if she's going to be okay. She's like one of my favorite characters.
Well, and Chanel number 5, we didn't know she would make it, to be honest.
She's a fighter, man.
She is. Everyone just kept ignoring her on the hospital floor.
Oh, that was
Life.
painful.
Can you imagine having friends as awful as she does? Like, that's awful.
But
I'd be like,
she does
bang.
actively choose to be their friend on a daily
That's
basis.
true.
Until
That's
she
true.
murders them. Okay, I'll keep that for predictions.
Yes.
So
I think so too.
yeah, this is the real making a murderer. I mean, she didn't start
Yeah.
off this way, but if I were treated that way, man, I mean, who knows?
You never know.
But let's talk about Denise, because I'm glad we just picked up where we left off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are we doing here? We're doing some kind of Austin Powers situation where like they freeze people. I don't know.
know.
Because now I guess we know what Munch was planning to use Chad's family's money for. Mm-hmm. We don't really know how this happened still, that she was able to get the money. But it's for herself, but
Right.
she's using Denise as a test. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Denise will be back, but she will be even crazier and weirder, like some zombie Denise.
That would be so
That'd be
cool.
funny.
Anything, I don't care in what form she is, what personality she has, as long as she's back in the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with that.
We need her lines.
Yeah.
I know, she's so funny.
She's the best.
I-
I'm still to this day hoping to meet an FBI agent as interesting as Denise.
Well, maybe you have.
You never know, honestly.
Have you?
I mean,
No.
You don't know. I could be in disguise.
I thought we weren't going to say that on air.
Okay. Damn it. See,
Dang it.
I'm so Denise right now. Denise would totally do that.
Yeah, she would.
Announced to everyone that she was undercover. But what do you guys...
Hey guys, I'm undercover. Don't worry about it.
Well, now you know. Sam is undercover, yeah.
I'm a Chanel undercover as a person pretending to be a Chanel, but I'm really an FBI agent. And that's the truth.
That just
It
hurt
is.
my
It's
brain
the
a little
truth.
bit.
Well, let's all read more books, guys.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think happened to Denise, though? Are you on the same page as me that you think she's gonna... I wish we knew more of what was happening, because that was my biggest worry and my, like, I wanted to know that more than anything.
Yeah.
With Denise?
Yeah.
For me, it was Chanel number 5.
Yeah, for me,
I
it was
figured
Chanel
she'd
number
be
5.
okay. But I mean, she was definitely severely injured, so I know how they were going to play this off after. I was like, are they going to like keep her off the show for a few episodes or just keep her in the hospital? But clearly, no. And yeah, that's what I was anticipating for the most.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
worried about Chanel number 5 and her fate.
I mean, I was a little worried about her, but I figured she'd be fine. So yeah, I was like, all right, can we leave her on the floor? Let's figure out Denise right now.
It's like, God, number 5, you're being so selfish right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's other people besides you.
Poor number 5. Actually, RJ Martinez said something super interesting in the chat, because you guys remember last season when they tried to kill Munch and put her in the cryogenic, or I think I just butchered that, but in the ice thing,
Yeah.
which they have, which is
Oh
a
my
thing,
gosh.
which I'm dying to try, by the way. If you guys want to
I'll
come.
go.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah, I really want to go.
Scary.
But
Scary.
so they tried to kill her last year in that, and she survived somehow and was like, oh, that was like lovely. And so I think she somehow took that, Munch did.
As inspiration.
Yeah, and is trying to, because she survived it even though they were trying to kill her.
Right. So maybe, how did you even remember that? That's like a very good memory.
Because, you know, I watch a lot of TV and sometimes I
It
watch it
must be
over again.
The FBI thing too. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the FBI thing.
You
Yeah.
retain a lot.
It's
so.
it's because I'm in the FBI.
But that's awesome because I mean, now that we think about it, she was like, "Oh, that was a nice little cold breeze type of thing," and like she was fine. And so maybe she thinks, you know, 'cause she feels like she's dying. Maybe she thinks the only way out is for her to somehow get thrown in that freezer. So they're kind of testing it out on Denise to see, okay, you know, she has a pulse.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if it works. That way, if it does, perfect. If not, you know, at least it's Denise and not Munch is what she's thinking in her mind.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the first test subject. You know, you never...
It's horrible.
Yeah, but at least, you know, they were about to kill her and throw her in the swamp. And I was a bit confused about how it all started, how she was like, oh, let's throw her in the swamp. And then with Zayday, she said, no, she still has a pulse. Like, we're going to save her. So I'm not sure what happened between A and B, or if she was just pretending around everyone else but Zayday.
I think she was pretending around everyone else because she didn't want everyone else to know about the freezer situation. So she's like, Zayday, I need your help. We're going to put her in the freezer. But because Munch doesn't want everyone figuring out that she might be dying, she wants to hide that part and not have anyone think, why do you have this giant freezer in the hospital?
Why even tell Zayday?
Because I think Zayday
The
uses
only-
her brain the most.
The only one who's semi-medically qualified.
But how do we even know if she's trustworthy?
I don't know, because, you know, we've debated about this before. I'm back on Zayday is not bad.
Me too.
Me too.
I feel bad
100%.
for thinking that. But then that is when they're going to get us, and then they're going to throw her back in the bad zone.
I just don't rule anyone out in the show, because I feel like every single time we think someone's safe, they're not, and like vice versa. Whenever someone's the most suspicious, they're never the one that's actually doing the harm.
I feel like my top suspect right now is someone who is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's Chanel number 5 as well as one of my top suspects.
Oh, guys, she was stabbed.
Well, no, partner with someone else, but she is the top suspect, because I feel like that would be a funny like twist if they were like, you always said I was the murderer, because it's something that's a joke for the audience, because we always knew she wasn't, and they always thought she was. So if she actually turned out to be, it would surprise the audience. Maybe it would surprise them less. I think it would still surprise them. I think they like joke when they say you're the killer. So I think that would be a funny twist in the show.
Yeah,
I think so.
that.
I just
I think
don't.
it'd be hilarious.
That's a dedication though, to get stabbed in the back 9 inches deep in your thorax.
Have you watched Scream?
No, I haven't.
Have you watched Scream 4?
Uh-uh.
gotta watch those movies, and you watch the end, and you'll be like, oh.
Spoiler.
People are crazy.
Whoa.
Well, let's talk about another potential suspect, which is Chamberlain. And, you know, we had Zayday go and talk to Munch and say, listen, like, here is the proof that I have that I think this is the guy. And you know what's funny about this episode is I didn't realize the other characters didn't know what we knew, that who the parents were of, well, yeah, who the parents were.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I know that, you know, it was like...
Yeah, because we knew, but they didn't.
Yes, exactly.
That's
which
a
is
weird
always
thing.
fun for a show, I think.
Yeah.
It's always like, I know something that the characters don't. I'm special.
Yeah, it makes the audience feel smart, which is always nice for us. You know, for people that watch a lot of TV
Yeah.
We
and
like to
not
feel
reading
smart.
books, we already feel guilty. So I really appreciate that.
I don't know. After that ending, I'm not feeling that smart.
Well, Chamberlain is just such an easy... He's an easy suspect.
Yeah,
And
especially now, after this episode.
I don't know, because at first I thought he was, and now he's kind of proved himself to me, but I think it will come back to him.
It will.
I feel like he's so shady right now because how easily he dismissed himself. That makes me feel like he's so shady. Like he's a volunteer, but didn't tell anyone that he was never hired or even like invited to have this position. And I feel like that's a weird. I don't trust this guy. Like, what does he do when he gets home?
Yeah.
So he's. I still don't
Exactly.
trust him.
What does he have in that cart of his? You never know. Like,
Kittens!
I know, but he
That's
can have other
abuse.
things in there too. Like you don't know, and it's weird because he is so innocent in a sense. We see that and we're like, okay, like
candy.
yeah, we just kind of write him off. We're like, okay, whatever. But like, I honestly think he does have something to do with it, even though he did kind of take a stabbing, right? And he was fine
Yeah.
after a while. But I think he definitely has something to do with it. I just think how much his involvement is, I'm not too sure. Just because. I don't know, but it is weird that he didn't act too offended whenever they figured him out. He's like, oh, you caught me. It's like, no, if that was your job
Yeah.
and you really wanted to be there, you might be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I was hired for this. You know, he just kind of gave it
Yeah.
up so quickly.
Maybe he's just a unique individual, you guys.
No such thing. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm a unique individual.
Oh, we know.
We know.
We know Hester.
Not again.
That's Becca's nickname on the show. Feel free when you're addressing her to just call her
No.
Hester in the comments.
Yeah.
No, Chanel number 5.
Well, I do see that too.
Yeah.
But I think there's a Chanel number 5 in all of us. That's what's so great about
Especially
her
me.
character. Because you think, you know, oh, it's not someone that's not treated fairly and just keeps on trying, just keeps on being like just slapped in the face. It's terrible. But I would love to talk about the scenes between Zayday and number 5. I loved that.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I thought that was
haven't-
hysterical.
I know we haven't really seen much of them, like a scene with just them. So I thought that was hilarious. Like the fact that I like when they take characters who may not necessarily be the only people in the room at
Yeah.
the same time together, and I like when they take those people
pair
and they
them
give
up.
us scenes with them because it's something we haven't really seen before, and so I kind of really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and they both had very good comedic timing together, actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
I was impressed by that.
Yeah, I love that even Zayday wasn't that considerate of Chanel number 5. Like when she's like, let's go. And Chanel number 5 has to like limp her way, like slowly walk. Does Zayday help? No. I
That was
loved that.
The absolute funniest thing, the little walker thing that she had because of the injury.
No
Oh my
one
gosh.
cuts Chanel number 5 slack. I don't know one character on this
No.
show who does.
No, and it's so sad. Like, they say that Chanel was the one who took her from the hospital to her home? That way she would be easily on standby to insult. Is that what?
Yes.
That's the reason that she said she was home, not at the hospital.
What a great friend.
Yeah.
By the way, why didn't anyone send Chanel number 5 edible arrangements?
Right.
Oh, that was
I
a good one. I think
Love edible arrangements.
you guys, so overrated. I mean, really. I would want a platter of food and flowers. I don't need the fruit, okay?
Okay, chocolate covered strawberries though from edible arrangements, so good.
Yeah, if they're
My-
all chocolate covered strawberries.
They,
You
they
know-
are. I don't get the. Okay, I don't. When I say edible arrangements, I mean from edible arrangements. but I
Screw
literally
that
get the-
honeydew. I mean,
No, first of all, no one likes honeydew, and I don't want. Okay, whenever there's pineapple involved, everything just tastes like pineapple, and I don't want pineapple. I just want the chocolate covered strawberries in a little box.
You know what?
And it's the best.
Maybe we can get edible arrangements to send us something because
Yeah.
all this
Sponsored
promo that
by
we're getting is like
edible arrangements.
Wait, no, can we get free froyo?
Okay, we'll work on it, Becca.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll get back to you, Becca.
So about the journey that they go on, it's to see Jane Hollis, that they've discovered is the mother. They aged her a little bit.
They
Same
did.
exact person, but good job. You
Wait,
know,
it was the same person?
pretty sure.
Was it?
Really?
I thought she looked exactly the same, and I think that also because you could tell that she had a lot of makeup on. They aged her, and why wouldn't they just hire someone older?
To be real, guys, it's been like several weeks. I don't even remember what she
Yeah, I
looked like in the
remember.
first episode, like at all.
Let us know what you guys think, if you guys agree
Wow.
with me, because I thought it was the same person
It probably
in the
is.
flashback.
Probably is, but
Yeah,
I
I
did not
believe
catch
that.
that because I was like, oh, where's the other girl? But of course they would
Yeah.
age her. It's the same girl?
All right.
Becca's so quick to know.
And I'm so quick to figure it out because I'm in the FBI.
Yep, that's it. That's right. That's why Sam
They're
knows
like, you know how she's
everything.
like, I'm Denise Hemphill. I'm Sam Davidson, professor of the FBI.
Professor.
I know.
Professor of the FBI.
A professor of the FBI.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Jane lives in this, creepy. I think I could tell from the beginning. I got very, I know you guys are all younger than me, but like Norman Bates,
Yeah.
like Psycho, like the mom in the house.
She was
creepy.
creepy.
You know what? I like that comparison. I think that maybe what they went for, because they do a lot of comparisons to different horror movies like within the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And she told the girls that she doesn't have a close relationship with her son. BS.
She couldn't even say his name.
No, and the thing that
That's
was
so fishy.
I know.
but
But
I,
like, what's your son's name?
yeah, or also, could we see a picture of him?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Yeah, why didn't they ask for that?
Perhaps is.
Because it was Chanel number 5. And, well, and
Ooh, I have a
Zadek. I should have given... Zadek deserves more credit, but I don't know. She slacked.
Like, when Chanel number 5 saw the picture, why can't she ask for a picture of the son?
I know.
I think they were trying to be as polite as possible, and since Chanel number 5 is not polite at all and is very outspoken, perhaps Zayday felt like embarrassed to be like, well, can we see a picture of your son that you're not close to? Bring up some good memories of that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you guys tried therapy? Like, I feel like it would
Yeah.
be like too soon.
Therapy.
Do you guys think number 5's theory had any merit at all? That it's going to come back and she's going to be totally right? That
Which?
her theory was that
Oh, the wife killed the husband?
yeah, and brought him to the into the hospital like because she had.
I would love
I would
that.
love that if Chanel number 5 was right.
Of course you would,
Yes.
Becca. Becca would love if
Yes.
Chanel was right in general, in any sense. Yeah, no, I would like that too, though.
I could see that being the case, because being like, I mean, we're going to get to it, but there was some sketchy interactions between the mom and the son later on about maybe what happened.
Yes.
So
Let's keep that for a good
That
old
sign.
secret at the end. We had a weird, fun storyline that I could tell the actors had so much fun doing, which is her name was Mrs. Hotchkiss, I think, who had this disease of having a weird accent
Yeah.
at all
Yep.
times and changing it. So, number 3 had a lot of fun. Dr. Hot had a lot of fun. Cassidy had a lot of fun. It's
was-
contagious.
Hilarious.
That was a good scene. I liked
Best.
that a lot.
I was super impressed with how well they did all those accents.
I mean, the girl who had the problem was very, very great at these accents.
Oh,
Everyone
so
else, not as much.
No, I thought they were actually pretty darn good at most of them.
Okay.
I thought number 3 was pretty good at most of
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
and Dr. Hot was good at some of them, and Cassidy is just pretty to look at.
He was like,
Yeah, Cassidy tried. They're like, just don't give him that many lines in the scene.
Yeah. And then
Just
it was like,
limited.
okay, they probably had them doing all different accents throughout the whole thing, and they're like, all right, they're not good at any of these. They're semi-okay at British, so let's just stick with that
Right
one.
towards the end, they're like, we give up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
almost like I felt like they kind of gave up, because it was like one of those things where it was like they can somewhat do a British accent, but they can't really do any of the other accents, so we're just going to go with that.
Well, it maybe also, I think it could have been cool if there was a lot of improv on set and that they were just kind
just,
of
like,
going back and
switched.
forth and seeing what happens. And I think that probably is what happened. And it probably was a lot of
Probably.
fun for them, and it was a lot of fun for us to watch. We got to see Dr. Hoffel again. We haven't seen her
Yeah.
in quite some time.
I think she's a queen.
I liked her dress. That blue dress was hot.
I don't trust her at all, but I think she's like one of the best new characters this season.
Oh, Becca, look at the chat. You're going to like this. It says, One of the comments, Doughboy, Becca is number 5.
Yes, I am. Wait, where is that? Where is that?
Doughboy.
Exactly.
It's in there.
That's so great.
So I'm not just quite sure what Hoffel's
can't I find
purpose is. Because you're number 5, Becca, that's why. That's why
That's the
you
point.
can't
No
find
one
it.
actually commented that.
Yeah.
I didn't even say that. It's on your head.
It's everything is
Crazy.
in your head.
But yeah,
She's
I'm
about to
unclear.
bubble over.
I know. Or then she's turning into Hester,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
gonna be scary.
That is always scary when Hester comes out.
Yeah.
Not tonight, Becca.
Yeah, just keep it in. But Munch and Hoffel kind of have this like fight off, and I knew Hoffel was gonna blackmail her. She has some addiction to some pethidine.
Yeah.
I'm not even quite sure what that is or what that does or if that's even a real drug.
She was really addicted though. I mean, you could tell that girl was about to go crazy.
I know. She was losing it.
She was losing
You know
it.
what? Renee just told me to Google that. And you know what I was going to Google during the episode?
What?
The foreign accent syndrome.
Oh, yeah. I just look over and I was like, wait a minute.
Chanel number 3.
I mean, yeah.
You're gonna
did
speak
you
in
get
your
here?
accent.
This is Sam's alter ego.
I know, it really is.
Yeah, whenever you put on the earmuffs, you have to be a different person.
You have to
the
have an
rule.
accent.
No, but Chanel number 3 normally doesn't have an accent except for this episode.
But she
Then you
does
have
right
to
now. She didn't
Have
get
an
rid of it yet.
accent.
Okay, I'll break it out when you least expect it, okay?
Okay, I'm waiting because seriously, you have to do it.
Oh my god, so much pressure. I'm
know.
only good at
Under
doing
pressure.
Thank you. I'm only good at doing accents when I'm like alone in my apartment.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
or
that's
in the
in your
shower.
accent.
I understand
Lots of
that.
proof.
I totally understand that. I totally get it, but you really need to just break loose and show us what you've got.
Okay.
Was that an accent?
Hey! I mean,
Kidding.
hi. What are you talking about? This is my natural accent.
The only accent I can do is Persian accent. Or like,
Go.
Renee, come over, eat food. Mon comme sabzi, Renee. Renee Jean, you need to eat more.
What about you, Becca?
I'm just not going to do an accent, guys.
All right, number 5. Okay. Let's move on to the new Chanels. The Chanels come up with this genius idea that they need more of them, so they will be killed first. And
Sensible.
I loved the stalker, the fan fiction Chanel
That was really funny.
writer.
Tristan.
Very,
So good.
very funny. And they bring him in, but they actually like him. They're a fan
Yeah,
of his.
they do. They're a fan of his writing, I think.
Well,
I would love to read that. I wonder what he wrote.
maybe it'll come up at his, they should have like his like funeral. in the
They
show.
should have a
Spoiler.
funeral for him.
And
Out of
He was
respect.
being such a bitch.
he was.
He was.
He was being such a bitch.
There it is.
There it
The
is,
accent,
guys.
you guys.
You know, it is kind of crazy though, because like, I honestly thought he was gonna stick around for a while. Like, I was like, oh, cool, new character. We're gonna have him around for a while, but no.
Nope.
I
He was so
figured-
funny.
Yeah.
My favorite part with him, I guess he wasn't really in it, but I love seeing the text messages that he just
Yeah.
kept sending
Yes.
Chanel. You get one,
Like
and then you get
harassing.
another, and then another, and then another. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And I also love that we definitely did bring Hester back. It's just, that reminded me this show, again, is such a farce that she tried to murder all of them. And they are now inviting her into their
To
home
sleep
to live
over.
with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
She's still crazy.
And she knows who the killer is, but just isn't telling you.
And she says out loud that she's crazy. She's like, I'm psychotic.
Yeah, I'm a psychotic. I'm a sociopath. Yeah, my favorite was when Chanel number 5 was saying, "Why do you think we have her?" Even though she tried to kill all of us. That was probably my favorite scene with Chanel number 5.
I mean, and they made her room with number 3, just in case.
No, wasn't it with number 5?
Or sorry, number 5.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
number 5, just in case.
I love that.
Yeah, number 3 is getting her bitch on pretty hard.
She is.
Yeah,
I
I know. I feel it. I love it.
You're like, I can feel it coming through the earmuffs.
I really do. So, do you guys think that Hester not only knows who's the killer, but is involved, or she just knows and is like standing by watching, kind of thing?
I don't think she knows.
Really?
I don't think she knows who the killer is, and I think at like towards the end of the season, they're like, who is she? And then she's like, okay, I don't know. I just wanted to be part of the Chanel's again or something weird like that.
That's
I
a
don't think
good
she
idea.
knows.
agree. I don't think she knows either because I'm gonna relate it to another show.
Pretty Little Liars.
Like season 3-ish. Yeah, wasn't it season
Mona?
3-ish? Yeah, Mona in the lodge when
Oh.
they all thought she knew who
But she did know a lot.
but she didn't know then.
I guess, but she did know some things. I think maybe Hester is just a crazy person.
She is
Oh,
crazy.
well, that's a fact.
Yeah, but just like wanted to get out of the jail cell
Oh,
or
totally.
hospital.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't know exactly what's going on, but she's being like told information from an inside source. So maybe she's honestly wanting to get out, not only to get out, but to kind of figure it out herself because she's so addicted to these kind of murders. Mm-hmm. She's wanting to know who her competition is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to have like a kill off. Maybe that's a good one.
I think there's a chance that she could get killed at near the end of the season.
I could see that too, actually.
You sounded so shocked, and you're like, oh, I can see that too.
Yeah, like, I was like a little shocked. I was like, nah, that wouldn't be that shocking.
Yeah.
But
You
she's,
haven't-
she's just so funny and entertaining when she's on screen. I don't want her to be killed.
No, that's true. I agree, but I feel like she probably has other stuff lined up, you know?
Oh, Leah Michelle. I mean, who is she?
Yeah,
She
right?
doesn't do
Who?
anything. Broadway, what?
Yeah.
Other TV shows. Oh, I love her. But we do see someone get killed. One of the Chanels tonight, or the new Chanels.
Chanels.
The one with 6 fingers.
Oh, that scene was so disturbing. Dakota and I were like, what's happening?
I know, that was crazy. I honestly thought that she was just gonna get to run away with her, new hand, and that everything was gonna be fine. And she was so excited. She's like, "Thank you so much." And then,
That was amazing. I knew she was going to say thank you, and I knew he was just, or I don't know why I'm saying he.
because it's probably a he.
Is it though? We're limited on he's for murders.
Yeah, but.
We are.
Who is it? Chamberlain? Possibly. But
Well-
like, who else besides Chamberlain is a guy in the show? Well, the 2 doctors. That's it. We have 3.
No, and then we have, moving on to the next topic, Cassidy, who we find out is the son and that the mother lied. They are close. Looks like he
Yeah.
lives with her.
Right.
And
Ooh,
he's
still lives at
taking
home.
care of it.
They
I
both
kind of
seem
saw that
psycho.
coming. Not only did someone in the chat kind of tell us beforehand, but my friend Shayla, who's watching right now. Hi, Shayla. She lives in Missouri, so she got to watch like earlier because I think it premiered earlier there. So she literally texted me freaking out about this, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You've watched, right?" I'm like, "No, don't spoil it." And she was like sending me all these texts, and I'm like, "Stop it! Like I haven't watched yet." But yeah, I kind of saw that coming just because of the
Because
two.
people warned me and then I read it in the chat.
Yeah, seriously. So I was like, "All right."
Yep.
I will say I'm going to rewatch our first episode, our first
And
after
see if
show.
there's clues?
No, because I'm pretty sure I said it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that he could be the baby?
Yeah, that he was the baby. I'm not saying he's the killer, but I thought he was the baby. So, I don't know. We'll see. Did you write any of your favorite quotes from the episode down?
I
Because
sure
I sure
did.
did.
Yes. My favorite Chanel quote was, "I don't know where Hester is. What am I? My sister's keeper?"
I liked that because Abigail Basson was in the movie My Sister's Keeper. I got that.
I have 2 different ones. The first one is the by Hoffel. She said, "I need you to wash these catheter tubes. Careful, they're still a little bit juicy." I was like, "Ew, that's gross!" And like
so
they were making
gross.
gross like noises as she was waving them in the air. I was like, "Ooh."
What about you, Becca?
Go first.
Okay, I have like a bunch. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
try to pick my
God.
favorite. I know. My first one is I'm getting a manicure and a vag steaming.
I like that one.
And then the next one I have is Craigslist, where married men score meth and hook up with each other. And let's see, I'm going to get a couple at the end. I really liked Hester's perfume, so I started dousing my panties in it. That was a good
I
one.
loved that.
Me too.
And then maybe you should stop sniffing panties you pull out of a hamper thing.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down too. That was my
And-
other one.
I also liked, I'm pretty sure that I ordered coffee and it is like, this
Yeah.
isn't a restaurant.
Yeah.
That was such a great scene. She's like, your coffee's disgusting. And they're
Yeah.
like, it's tea.
It's
She goes,
tea.
pretty sure I ordered coffee.
I love the way Abigail Breslin just like says her lines.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yes, and
Sam has one
another
more.
one, gays don't murder people. That was a really good one. There was a lot of good ones.
There was.
I liked when Chanel was explaining the Chanels, and one of them's like, I don't understand. What's a Chanel?
Oh yeah.
Yes, and she very clearly explained it to them, you know, and
Yeah.
they. Oh, and let's just touch on the one Chanel who couldn't move her face at all.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit terrifying. I was just thinking, how did they do that?
They like
A mask, makeup.
yeah, like a special effects mask that kind of faded into her skin as it got towards the end, and then
Yeah.
they just like paint it down and like, yeah, super creepy.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
watching
that's
a video
really
the other day that how they do those things, and they can do that now with like the masks, and then they just like let it fade into the skin. It gets thinner and thinner as it goes along, and then they can just kind of like put makeup over it and like make it absorb into your skin.
What are you
Oh.
looking up on the internet?
It was on Instagram on the Explore page, guys. You never know what you're gonna see there. I've seen the craziest stuff there.
Okay, murderer.
It
I-
melts into your
I was-
skin.
It's always the
Gonna
innocent boy.
say, I also liked when the accent, when John Stamos' accent in the show tonight was, now I sound like, was the Dick Van Dyke thing.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
now
Mary
I sound like
Poppins.
Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's fun.
yes.
And also, Doughboy says, I liked when number 3 was ordered to get that guy's sperm. That was
Yeah.
that was
She's like, how do I get it? I think you know. And I'm like, no.
number
don't.
3 definitely knows. She does. I think she's good at that kind of stuff. Anyways, on that note, let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
You guys in the chat are so dirty.
You really are. Let's start it off with you, Renee.
I think that Denise's body is going to disappear from the freezer when they go back to check on it. So I think she's alive, but I think it's going to disappear. I also am very suspicious right now of Chamberlain and Chanel number 5. And I have to continue to think about other theories for who the killer could be, because I feel like so many people would be too obvious for it to be surprised, aside from like Chanel number 5, who would be funny, and then Chamberlain, but he can't be the only one. He cannot be the big surprise because he's suspicious right now.
Yeah, he is. But I totally kind of think that you're right about the whole Denise disappearing. And then I feel like at the very end of the show, or maybe a few episodes before, she'll be like, I'm back. I escaped from the jail cell of the freezer, and I'm back. And like she's gonna like come back and like totally save the day, like she does. Obsessed with her.
Yes.
Yes. I think that Chanel number 5 is one of the killers, and maybe Cascade
Yeah, I mean,
at this point.
I think definitely Cassidy Cascade at this point. I think my biggest prediction is we see the picture at the wife or the wife's house, the mother's house of her and like a guy, and they are
That's her husband that died.
right. Well,
Yeah.
no, like this other guy that's in the photo is her new husband.
Oh.
So
Is it?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
it is. It's the new husband because we saw the original husband.
I'm
He
pretty
was
sure
white.
it
That's
was
the same
old
husband.
No, that was the old husband.
No, the old husband wasn't white.
He wasn't.
Mm-mm.
But this is her new husband.
I don't know. I think
No,
you might be
because
wrong.
because that's when Zayday was like, because she was like, she's white, so it can't be. Who was her theory?
Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, her theory was Chamberlain, so it was like, can't be that. But then she saw in the picture
yeah.
who her husband was, and she's like, oh, then it could be Chamberlain. But then it also gave more possibilities because it's definitely mixed race, so it could really be, well, I guess, Taylor Lautner. We know, so we didn't know who it was, but that's how they figured that
She
out.
said that's my new husband now.
I remember
No.
she did say something kind of confusing and weird, but I don't know. Let us know what you guys heard and saw.
My main prediction though was that the first father was Taylor Lautner's, or I mean like Cassidy Cascade's father, and then the new husband of the wife's would have had Chamberlain. So I thought maybe Taylor Lautner and then like the actor who plays Chamberlain, like they could be brothers or something, or half brothers or something.
Ooh.
That's what I thought, and maybe they're working together. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That'd
the
be good.
show is super not afraid to do what they've done before, I feel, or be cheesy or predictable. So, I mean, if they're doing a twin thing again or a sibling thing, I wouldn't be surprised. Or if, like, Zayday has split personalities, and I don't know, that's a little that's a little getting out there, but I still think that she, I don't know, it's like she knows a lot, but I think that she's suspicious. And I also think that, I don't think it's number 5, but I think number 5 is going to save all of their asses, and no one is going to thank her, and then they're going to, like, accuse her of being the killer.
Again.
Again, and she'll just be like, I just saved you from being murdered. And then
Nothing's
she
ever
might...
enough.
Yeah, nothing's ever enough with her, you know? It's just, it's hurtful to see.
Savannah in the chat says the biggest possible shock, Chanel number 1 is the killer.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
think that would
crazy.
shock all of us.
I guess that would. I don't know. God,
I don't think we've ever like suspected
I
her.
suspected that. Yeah, seriously.
I don't think it's possible. But you never know.
We'll see.
In this show. So on that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Where can everyone find y'all on social media?
Hey guys, I'm Renee Ariel. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel, and check out my blog, catslipstickla.com. My new article is up. It is Why I'm Single, so go read it.
Hi, I'm Becca Brown. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Becca B Talks TV.
Hi guys, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T Jones. And tomorrow at noon, I'm going to be releasing a video, the third video with Lindsay Shaw. We are doing, it's called the Painting Sessions, and we get real about life. So make sure you tune in.
Ooh, sounds dirty, Dakota. You guys can find me, Sam Davidson, SamDavidsonEntertainment.com, Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. I just want to thank Disco Gems for getting me these beautiful rings and this awesome crystal necklace. You guys should definitely look them up on Instagram. And follow AfterBuzz and use the hashtag ABTV Scream Queens. And we will see you all next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Kill you later, bitches!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.